Right. Hi, my name is Limor. I'm both from Maslul and Kibbutz Ulpan. We're both under the We Kibbutz umbrella brand. We also have other Jewish Israeli related programs which are not Masa, but Kibbutz Ulpan and Maslul are Masa programs. So we'll first start with Kibbutz Ulpan. I would first like to actually start with a testimonial that I just received a couple of days ago from a girl named Sarah Chumash from Australia. It's about a 2-minute video, but I think it's, or testimonial, but I think it's really important and gives a very good insight into what Kibbutz Ulpan is. So we'll view that for a couple of minutes and then we'll go on to the presentation. Let me just share my screen. Just 1 second. Can you see my screen? Okay.
We can't hear. Can you share your audio?
1 second. How do I do that?
Your screen, there should be a option to share your audio down the bottom. It's like a little like a tick box. Just make sure that
on the Zoom screen.
Yeah. So when you press share screen and before you choose the window that you're going to be sharing, there's like a little tick box that says share audio, optimize audio for video.
Okay.
Bottom left.
Maybe I'll stop sharing and do this from the beginning. So share screen, share sound. Okay. Let's see if it works now.
For life here from
okay. Can you hear and see this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, 1 second.
Hi, my name is Sarah Chumash. I did Kibbutz Ulpan in 2019 and I went to Kibbutz Yagul, and honestly it was an amazing experience. I made so many friends for life here from all over the world, and you know, everyone from different cultures, so you learn lots of different things and different, like, we make different foods together, do barbecues, bonfires, that sort of stuff, and you really make that group of friends that you feel like this is for life, and honestly it is. And I also gained so much experience from working here. I worked in a kindergarten and I also worked in greenhouses that they have here on Kibbutz Yagul, and it's just all day working with kibbutzniks or with other volunteers, and you make those connections within the kibbutz that you actually feel like, okay, I'm not so much an outsider. I'm like a part of the kibbutz. I'm working here with these people. You really make those friends with Israelis as well, and you get to experience a little bit of Israel. And the other side is the Hebrew, and I never quite got a good grasp on Hebrew during school. It was always a difficult subject for me. But here in the Ulpan, I really learned my basics. I really learned how to speak correctly. I really learned how to, maneuver my way around Israel, honestly. I didn't have Hebrew before I came here. And when I went home, I was able to speak a little bit with my Abba, with my dad, I'd never had that before. And it was honestly so much fun because I never thought I'd be able to speak Hebrew, but coming to this program, I learned how to speak, which is the important part, not just read and write. And it was amazing. And as you can see, I I ended up making Aliyah, and at the moment I am actually living on Kibbutz Yagul in a lone soldier building, and I'm in the army, so it's really fun.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Sarah Chumash.
We don't watch that again. Okay. Okay, so that was Sarah Chumash. So she ended up doing Aliyah, which is one of the characteristics of this program, because you get to live together with people who intend to make Aliyah, or as we call them, tourists, people that might be, like you, that are just there, for the experience, for the 5-month experience. Okay, there is another short video, but we're not going to watch it. It's on our website, so I don't think it's there on our front page. You can have a look. Let's do this again. Okay, so a little bit about the program. So it is a 5-month program where you live, learn Hebrew, and volunteer on a kibbutz. So this is what the program is about. If you want to learn Hebrew, if you want to live and volunteer in a kibbutz, this is for you. I think this is the only program. It is the only program that Masa offers where you can live like a kibbutznik and experience that way of life and learn Hebrew very intensively. So we have an opening session. We have 5 or 6 kibbutzim altogether, 6 kibbutzim. And there is a kibbutz opening almost every month. So it's very, very flexible. You, apart from learning Hebrew and volunteering on a kibbutz, you also enjoy the rich cultural life that kibbutzim are known for. All the events, the cultural events that they have. And so the program is inclusive of meals, housing, classes, your Hebrew classes, tours. I think about 3 or 4 times during the program, you get daily tours across the country, and the other activities and kibbutz facilities, which I think in all the kibbutzim, there is a swimming pool during the summer. There also might be a gym, not on all the kibbutzim, and all, the other free facilities around. So this is where our kibbutzim are located. So we have a few of them in the north, and then we have Magan Michael, which is right on the coast, so it's on the beach side. And we have Nan, which is not far from Tel Aviv, and then Etzion Tzuba in Jerusalem, and that's a bit special. We'll go into Etzion Tzuba a bit later on and see what's special about it. Okay, so why Kibbutz Ulpan? Again, it's the only program that combines learning Hebrew and volunteering and living on a kibbutz. It's been around for quite a while. So we have, vast experience. It's a very, it's a very good program. I mean, we have all the kibbutzim get full every session. So I think that says it all. It is a very unique experience. If you want to experience that special communal life, I think it's probably the only place in the world where you can experience that. Again, if you're into learning Hebrew and you can meet people from all over the world, it's not only meet people, but you live with them and you make friends for life, as Sarah mentioned. And we have people from South America, South Africa, Europe, United States. So it's a really good blend of the world, the whole world. Okay, so what your day might look like. Now that's a bit different from each kibbutz. So this would be just an example. You wake up in the morning, you eat your breakfast. You have class between 8 and 1 o'clock, and then you have some time off, and then you go to work. So depending on the kibbutz, and we'll see that in the next slide, you have different sorts of work. So you work from between approximately 1 or 2. You do get to have lunch there in between, till around 6 or 7 in the evening. And then you have the evening or the night off for yourself. But basically it's a 24-hour study per week, and then a 24 hours work per week. But again, it varies between the kibbutzim. Some kibbutzim, you can work for full days and then study for full days. So here are just a few examples of what your volunteering work on the kibbutz would be. Now, you don't get to choose. Just like the kibbutzniks, you'd be assigned. I mean, you could probably tell your program manager what you would like to do, but you're not guaranteed to get that. Just like the other kibbutzniks, it's, if there's more work in a certain field, that's where you would be allocated to. So there's the Cheder Ochel, which is very popular. That's the dining hall. And the department store, each kibbutz has its own little department store. Petting zoo, again, not all the kibbutzim have that, but that's just an example. The fishing pool, childcare, and picking crops, just working in the fields is also quite popular. Okay, so Kibbutz Tzuba is a bit special in that you won't work on the kibbutz, but instead you would internship outside the kibbutz. So again, that's near Jerusalem. So you would find an internship position near the kibbutz, and you would still be learning Hebrew. Now, so this, I would say, would probably would aim more towards people who are looking to advance their career and internship in different fields. So there's a children's hospital not far away where we had interns in the past. There are high-tech companies in Jerusalem. So there are quite a few options around there, and we have program advisors that can help you look for an internship position around. So that's Tzion Tzuba. I also want to point out Kibbutz Ulpan Eliyahu, which is a religious community which makes it the best choice for Orthodox Jews, and it also has a very nice facilities. It's very new. It's very nice. It's actually quite luxurious compared to the other kibbutzim out there. So it's really, really nice. About the cost of the program, this is the cost. And Masa, as you know, Masa gives you grants. I would say about up to, well, it's a very general thing to say, up to about 50%. But I don't know how it works in Australia. And Tzion Tzuba would be an exception because you would be working outside the kibbutz. So that would cost a little more. We do have a special discount offer for you. Now, this is only for people who have joined this virtual fair. I would also pop in these details into the chat so you have them later on, but you might want to just take a picture or screenshot of this slide. So we offer this $100 discount. You need to claim it before the end of this year, but you don't have to start your program before the end of this year. So for example, if you register, let's say in September for an Ulpan starting in February, that's fine, you will get the discount. Okay, now here's another option for you. If you want to extend your stay, if you're taking the whole year off and 5 months is not enough, you can then join our other program, Maslul, which we'll talk about shortly. And you can choose to stay with Maslul for another, I think 10 months is the maximum. So you do 5 months Kibbutz Ulpan, and then 5 months Maslul. You can do less than that. It doesn't have to be the full 5 months. And there with Maslul, we'll go into later on, but basically it's a tailor-made program. You can choose where to live and what to do. So that's also an option. I think that's it. You can go ahead and scan this and that will bring you to our Instagram. I think it's a good idea to join our Instagram where we you know, you can see what's going on in the daily life of our participants. Okay, if there are any questions, I think this would be a good time.
Thank you so much. Okay, so yes, if anybody has any questions, just pop them in the chat. Give you guys a few minutes just to type away. We have one question in relation to the costs. Are those costs in Australian or US dollars?
The cost is in US dollars.
Thank you. Another question. You said after Kibbutz Ulpan that you can spend another 5 months choosing where to live and what to do. What do you mean by that?
Well, I will go into details. That's our Maslul program. So that's our next session. But basically, you can, once you're done with the Kibbutz Ulpan program, you can then choose to, let's say, live in Tel Aviv. Okay, you would be living in a shared apartment with other people on Maslul program, and then you can choose what to do. You can choose to volunteer, to internship. You can choose to take different courses. You can continue learning Hebrew. There are just very many options to choose from. Around how many people go on the program. So we have about, it depends on the kibbutz. There are about between 25 and 50 people. Again, from all over the world. The cost for Maslul, oh, hold on, do the programs?
So we'll get Maslul soon.
Yeah, so for people.
So yeah, you just read it out loud, but do the programs in general have flexibility for people with any disability, health issue, or who can't do the full workload, volunteer load?
I'm not sure. I don't think I can answer that question. That would be probably a good question for our program advisors. So I'll pop in the email. I'll pop in all the details just after I'm done presenting. So yeah, definitely please contact them and ask that question. And the cost for Maslul, that really depends. As you'll see, we'll go into that later. I won't be presenting any costs because it really depends. One person can come for 4 months and live in a shared apartment with 6 people and do an internship or volunteer, okay, which would be a certain cost. And then another person can come for 10 months and they can do a surfing course, they can do a diving course, and they want to live on their own in their own apartment. So that would be a completely different cost. So it's really, really hard to say with Maslul. I do think that, and we've compared that in the past with other internship programs, that we are quite a low, this is quite a low cost in compared to other Masa programs. That's what I can say, but we'll go into that, as I said, soon.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. If there are any more questions, please feel free to email or contact us